Hi, this is Mrs. Robertson. We're waiting for everyone to sit down so we can finish going over study guide number 1. Thank you, kids. This is my first period class. Yesterday, we went over these problems. So quickly, let's get your worksheets out and go over the first ones again. Any questions on how to find the area or circumference of a circle? All right, those are the answers for yesterday. Make sure area is centimeters squared, circumference is not. Make sure if you're sitting by a friend that your friend has the right answers. The next problem, finding the area and circumference of a given circle. Here, again, we are finding the area and the circumference. Yes, I know. I said we're just quickly reviewing if there are any questions. So if you have any questions, we can cover it now before you do the second study guide. All right, number 3. Quickly, it says, given the circumference of a circle. Yes, there will be problems like this on your test. You need to be prepared. They give you this. They give you the formulas, and they want you to find the area. First, you have to find the radius. So I use this formula. All right, so the circumference, 75.36 equals 3.14 times the diameter. Divide them both, you get 20 for your diameter, which means your radius is 12. Then you use the 12 as your radius for the area formula to get the final answer of 452 1600 inches squared. Read carefully. Sometimes it'll say round to the 10th. If you don't round it to the 10th, it will count it wrong. And I'm not giving partial credit. You have to read carefully everything. It's just like the I Learn. You do everything right, but you put the wrong answer, you won't be able to get credit for it. So read carefully. That's why you're going to have 2 days to be very careful about what you're doing. Number 4 is just like number 3. You find your diameter, find your radius, and then plug it into the area formula. Any questions? Let's go to the next page of the study guide. The volume of a rectangular prism, length times width times height. The tricky part on this one is your label. They will give you 240 centimeters squared and 240 centimeters cubed. Make sure for volume you use cubed. Number 6, volume. Length, you find the area of the circle times the height. Pi r squared times the height, 1,538.6 centimeters cubed. Number 7, which is the largest? A is the largest, and you had to find the volume for each one and circle the largest one. On the next page, we were reading a box plot, sometimes referred to as box and whiskers plot, talking about the different things that we have here. Remember, on a box plot, 25% of the data is on each whisker, 50% is in the box, 25% to the left of the median, the other 25% to the right. The smaller the box, the easier it is to predict. The smaller the range, the easier it is to predict. Why? Less numbers to have to deal with. They're all close together. Any questions on box plots? You're all good at that? Good. You know what the cues are and the ranges are and everything? Okay. So the answer was an outlier affects the measure of central tendency the most. It is the mean that it affects the most, which means if there's an outlier, you want to use the median. Okay. Slope. We had a lot of questions of slope. Slope is rise over run. You find 2 points. Here they have this point and this point. First, we did it without the numbers on the number line. And we had you go up 4 and over 6. So it was 4/6, which would simplify to 2/3. Then I put numbers, and they're going by different intervals. The horizontal one is going by 5, And the vertical axis, the y-axis, they're going by twos. So here, if you're going by twos, your rise is 2, 4, 6, 8. And your run is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, which simplifies to 4/15. Any questions? Everyone better with slope now? Good. Then the constant of proportionality is really easy. When you have it set y equals, it's called y equals mx plus b is a formula you're going to learn next year. But right now you have y equals a number multiplying x. The number multiplying x is your constant of proportionality. Very easy problem to get right. Another slope problem. Without the numbers, you would have had 5/2. And then here's another one. I just did another one where I put numbers. The rise, they were going by 5s, and the run, they were going by 10s. So here, to go from this point to this point, you find two friendly points on the line, and that's how you determine the rise over the run. Usually they have two friendly points identified for you. Sometimes they don't. So find some friendly points. And friendly points are the ones that are right on, like where two lines intersect. Okay? So here the rise was 5. The run from here to here is 2. Here the rise was 25. They were going by 5s. The run was, they were going by 10s, is 25/4. The formula for interest, it will give you this formula on your test. I equals PRT. That's your principal, your rate, and years is your time. You change your percent to a decimal, 0.07, and your interest is $1,050. Any questions? Final price problem. Here you have a purchase and you have sales tax. You change your sales tax to a decimal, 0.06. Now, that is your tax. It wants final cost. So purchase plus tax gives you the final cost of $953.99. Any questions? Percent of change is difference over original. 80 minus 45 is 35. 80 was what original means which one was first. 80 is first, it's the original. So 35/80 equals 0.4375, which is 43.75%. Now, did it go up or down? It went down, so it's a decrease. Any questions? Okay. Now let's go on to the problems we did not finish yesterday. Susie bought 12 cupcakes for $66. Each cupcake cost the same amount. How much would it cost her to buy 50 cupcakes? Well, you can find the unit rate. $66 divided by 12 will give you the answer of $5.50. 5.5. How much would it cost to buy 50 cupcakes? Okay, so you're going to take $5.50 times 50. And that will give you the amount for 50 cupcakes, and it's $275. All right. Now, another way of doing it is to set up as a proportion. Cupcakes and dollars. 12 cupcakes is $66. 50 cupcakes is X. Cross multiply. 66 times 50 equals 12 times X. Divide by 12. Divide by 12, and you'll get $275 that way also. Any questions? All right. 18 means equals. 60%. 0.6 times a number. Does everyone see how I wrote that equation? Okay, now, to get your answer of what number it is, divide both sides by 0.6, and 18 divided by 6/10 is 30. 30 equals N. Okay, any questions on how to get 30? Number 19, a bulk package of 12 paper towels costs $22.80. What is the cost of one paper towel? Well, you could set it up as towels over dollars. So 12 over 22.80 equals 1 over x. You cross multiply and divide, or since this is basically a unit rate problem, you're just going to divide $22.80 by 12, because that'll be equals 12 times x. Just divide it by 12, and when you do that, you'll get $1.90. Any questions? A scale drawing for a new bridge has a scale of 1 inch equals 5 yards. If the length of the actual bridge is 75 yards, what is the length in the drawing? So you're going to have inches over yards. 1 over 5. 75 goes on the bottom with yards. So then you have 5 times x equals 75. Divide both sides by 5, and you're going to get x equals, what, 15 inches? Is that what you have? Okay. Some of you are doing other things on your Chromebooks, and we need to be paying attention. A blueprint for a house has a scale of 1 inch to 8 feet. If a bedroom in the house measures 12 feet by 16 feet, what are the dimensions of the bedroom? You have to do this twice. You're going to do inch over feet. 1 over 8 equals x over 12. That's the one measure. And then you have to do it again. Inches, feet. 1 over 8 equals x over 16. So then you have 8x equals 12. Divide both sides by 8, and you're going to get 1.5 inches. And then on the next one, you're going to have 8 times x equals 16. Divide both sides by 8, and you're going to get 2 inches. So the answer is 1.5 by 2 inches. Any questions on how we got that answer? The last one on yesterday's worksheet, Sandy drew a rectangular garden using a scale of 1 centimeter to 2 meters. If the length of the garden's drawing is 3.5 centimeters, what is the actual length of the garden in meters? So 1 centimeter over, or I'm just going to say centimeters over meters. So 1 over 2, the 3.5 goes where the centimeters are, over x. So to get the answer to this one, it's 2 times 3.5 equals x. And when you multiply that, you get 7.0 meters equals x. Any questions on that? Okay, then for today, you are doing your Math 7 Quarter 3 review. This is the second one, so let's work on that one, and then we will grade it at the end of class. Well, hello, we are back, and now we're going to do a video. A video on our study guide number 2. And with your help, you're going to give me the answer so we can get this done in less than 15 minutes. Are we ready? In problem number 1, slope, rise over run. Gage, what is the rise over the run in this one? Right, it is F, 1/2 between the 2 points. This is 1, and that's over to the 2. Here, if you go up, that's 1. From 2 to 4 is 2. It's going to always be 1 over 2 with this one. Let's go on to the next one. Here we have the equation y equals 10x. What is the constant of proportionality? Very easy. C, 10. Any questions? Good. Let's keep on going. Now, this one slopes a little different. Choose 2 points that they've given. I'm going to use this one and this one. I'm going to say that that is a 7. Okay? I'm going to say that's 0.7. So here, my rise is going to be from this point to this point up is 7. And my run from here to here is 1. So the slope is 7 for that problem. Any questions? Everyone sees that? Okay, let's go on. Okay, you have to determine a percent of change. Difference over the original. Okay, so $72. It's now 87, so it's going to be an increase. 87 minus 72 is what? 5. And the original is 72. So 5 divided by 72 gives you the answer 0.0694 with the 4 repeating. Now we're going to round it to the, we got to change it to a, that's a decimal. So the percent, 1, 2, is going to be 6.9%. And it is a increase. Any questions on how to do that? Yes.
That's 87 minus 72 is 5.
Oh, thank you. Let's fix that. Yes, that's what happens when I'm trying to do it in my head. 87 minus 72 is a 15. Well, let's fix that right now. It will be an increase, though. 15 divided by 72. 0.2083 repeating. Ooh, so it's going to be 20.8% increase. Does everyone know how to change a decimal to a percent? Good. Here, the difference, 55 minus 35 is going to be 20. 20 over the original, 55. So you will do 20 divided by 55 and you get 0.36 repeating. The 3 and the 6 both repeat. So it's going to be 36.4%. I'm just going to say they wanted us to round to the nearest tenth of a percent. Oh, nearest whole percent. Well, that one would be 21% increase for this one. Always read the directions. This one is going to be 36% decrease. Why is it a decrease? 55 to 35 goes down. This one, so 210 minus 170 is going to be 40. 40 over the original, it will be an increase. So 40 divided by 170, 0.2352. That will equal 24% increase. Do you see how I got the 24? The 5 rounds the 3 up to a 4. Any questions on that? Okay, let's go to the next page. On the next page. Okay. Interest equals principal times rate times time. 0.025 times 2. And when you multiply those together, you are going to get what did you get for your answer on that one? $72.50. $72.5 or $72.50. For the next one, 390 times 0.03 times 5. And what did you get for that one? What's your answer on that one, Mary Kate?
58 and
$58.50? Very good. Everyone agree? Very nice. What is the total cost that this person will pay? He's buying baseball cleats. So you're going to take the purchase times the sales tax that'll be 0.055. 0.055. So this tells us our tax. The tax, did you get $3.57? Then you take the tax and you add it to your purchase. $64.95 plus your tax, and the answer you're going to get, did you get $68.52? Okay. What is the circumference? Circumference is pi times the diameter. So 3.14 times 26.3. Did you get 82.582? 82.582, which will be B when you round it to the nearest tenth. Number 11. What is the circumference? Again, pi times diameter. The radius is 14, so the diameter is 28. 3 and 1400 times 28, 87.92. And that'll be 87 9/10 of a meter. Area of the circle is pi r squared. So you're going to have 3.14 times 36, because 6 squared is 36. And when you do that, 113 and 400, which will be D, and it is squared because it's area. Here we have a missing number. They tell you that the volume, this is a rectangular prism, so the volume is 5,184. We have 2 times 18 times H. So to get the answer, 2 times 18 is 36. So you're going to divide both sides by 36, and that will give you 144 inches equals the height. Now remember, height is one dimension, not squared. The volume of the cylinders, you're going to take the area of the circle, 3.14 times 3 squared times the height. And that will give you the volume of that circle. So 3.14 times 9 times 7, 197 and 82 inches cubed. Any questions? On the next one, we have to find our radius. So if the diameter is 6.5, the radius is half of 6.5, which is 3.25. So you're going to have 3.14 times 3.25 times 2. And when you multiply that together, you should get 20 41 centimeters squared. Any questions on that? Everyone good? Wonderful. Compare and contrast the data represented. Here, the medians are the same. Median is the same, right? Oh, the range looks like it's the same too, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, you're right. Thank you. We made a mistake. No. So let's go back. 3.25 times 3.25, 10.5625. Ooh, this is going to make a huge difference in our answer. 3 14 times 10 and 5,625 10,000ths times 2. Does 66.3325 sound good?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, it is going to be 66.3325 centimeters cubed. Okay. This is the Q1. This one's Q1. This is its Q3. Which one is going to be easier to predict? Even though their ranges are the same, which group will be easier to predict? Mary Kate? Group A, because it has a smaller box. Very good. Okay, let's go to the next page. Number 17, the circumference of a circle is 54. Find the area. So, circumference equals 3.14 times the diameter. And we know the circumference is 54. So to figure out what the diameter is, divide both sides by 3.14. It says round to the nearest tenth. I'm going to go ahead, on the test the numbers are friendlier. I'm going to say that it's 17.1, or excuse me, 17.2, because that'll round to the 2 in the tenths place. So 17.2 equals the D. And when you divide that by 2, you're going to get half of 17.2, 8.6. So now you're going to find the area, 3.14 times 8.6 squared. And you should get 232.2. If I round it to the nearest tenth. Okay? And that's inches squared. Any questions on that? The next problem, these are all very similar to what we had on the back of our last paper. So if you just, this one is going to be just like that problem. Any questions on how to do that? You're going to find 28 equals 3.14 times the diameter. So to find the diameter, 28 divided by 3.14 gives you 8.9. So when I round it to the tenths, 8.9. So the radius would be half of 8.9, which is 4.45. So the area is 3.14 times 4 45 squared. So when you multiply that, you'll get 62.2 for the area. And it's inches squared. Any questions? In this one, Cupcakes over dollars, 12 over 72 equals 50 over X. And I think if you don't know how to do the rest of these, look at this first study guide, and they are all very similar. I just changed the number and put in the names when I did these problems. It's about time to go, so have a nice day.